Hi everyone, welcome back to YouTube, my YouTube channel. To this video, I'm Ferro, So a lot of stuff have happened between the stuff that I've recorded the other week, and I made a couple new videos. We're trying to push through this this YouTube thing. In this video, it's gonna be more like a standalone thing than just me talking about random stuff. I think this video is going to be something about current state of the world and some of geopolitical stuff that's been going on. So as of today, which is January the 21st, there's been some crazy ongoings. I think it's already all news talking about what happened in Venezuela early 2026. But things are getting weird, and now there's like a bit of a, international crisis in Greenland. So let's talk about it. You can go so far to talk about what's going on in the world without saying something bad around the US government and Donald Trump. But I was trying to be very receptive and respectful, to people that probably will never meet me ever in their lives. And also just people that, they support Donald Trump and are MAGA people and all that stuff. If someone tries to be respectful, to get into weird political, crossroads and argue with people that definitely have differences with you. I'm not that of a pacifist, like a dialogist, a dialogist. I don't know how you say that. Person. I'd say I'm. If you're annoying and you're being disrespectful, yeah, I'm probably going to stand up for me or someone else. But still, you just try to keep things chill. Mostly because it's most of the time a waste of time, to be honest. Just to argue with people, online, it's just a waste of time. But yeah, lately things have going like really, I'm not like bad, but to the brink of, not going well. Definitely not going well. So yeah, that's been on my head for a while, and yeah, it's been really hard to just try not to be like neutral, especially knowing how much, as of today, the U.S. government, controls social media. I'm not going to live in the United States, but there's always the thing, to say like, hey, it would be nice, visiting the United States, buying some stuff a little bit cheaper. I've been I'm 30, I've been pretty much surrounded by US stuff my whole life. I'd say after Argentina, which is where I live. It's my country, of course. It's where I was born. After Argentina, the country that I know most of is the United States. So seeing so much stuff going on, not only globally by the US, but domestically, to say, in the US, it's starting to make me worry about so many things. But again, like I said to the very beginning of all of this, it's just I'm nothing. Like literally, I have no inherence. Like inherence? What? I have no nothing, like no action over the United States, and probably wouldn't do anything like that because I'd go to jail. But still, focusing more at the global situation. My president Javier Milei really likes Donald Trump. But yeah, things are starting to get really heat up in the world with the whole Greenland situation. And I have to say that I think it's the first time in a long time that actually order in the world is actually being challenged. Order, as we know, just rule of law and whatever, international law, it's just all going to the drain, so it's getting scary. Probably nothing will come out of Argentina, but still, I have plans to go other places, in Europe and try to get stuff done there. But yeah, I mean, apparently I have this feeling that it's about to happen. You know, it's not happening. It's not happening. But I'm getting this feeling that it's about to happen at any point. You know, like something bad is going to happen at a geopolitical global scale that sadly will affect me somehow. You know, mostly the economy and just, you know, in general as a person, you're worried about other people, you know, I think most of the time, you know. So yeah, basically, you know, Greenland apparently will get invaded by the US because Donald Trump didn't get like a Nobel Peace Prize or something like that. I think Sweden gives out the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know, whatever. So, but they're angry with Norway. And it's super weird, you know. There's little to no opposition to that in the US, and the world is just letting a government, which is, yes, it's the most powerful government in the world, still just break international law. You know, it's a bit of virtue signaling, I guess, that we don't care about Venezuela, we don't care about, you know, countries in the Middle East, you know, in Africa, but these things are actually getting quite weird, to be honest. And yes, now we're getting worried because it's like a white country, like Greenland is getting invaded, but it's more than that, I guess. It's about NATO stuff. You know, the US is not supposed to attack NATO countries because it's in the United States like thing to be part of NATO, and you're not supposed to be attacking your own allies in NATO. Again, international law, like many Greenland people like don't want to get ruled by another country. They kind of got mad with Norway or Denmark or whatever, and you know, it's just weird. You know, you're not actually respecting like those people's thoughts and emotions towards being part of the United States or not. So yeah, something is weird is going on in the world. Something it's about to happen. I hope not, of course. I hope nothing ever happens, but yeah, and that is worrying me a lot. I think it's going to be very, very bad for everyone. And once you just destroy the basis of international law, UN, NATO, or whatever, it's everything to the shitter, you know, and war starts all over again, you know, and probably a global war will start again, not by, you know, another country that it's not the US, but quite actually by the US. So probably World War III will be started by the United States of America, which is scary, to be honest. How this war would be played out, who are the belligerents in this global new conflict, how it will play out, it's quite scary and definitely an unknown. And personally, which it's just hyper speculative, it looks like it's Russia, the US, China together fighting against everyone else. Maybe Israel with the US. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but yeah, scary. Of course, I don't think that will happen, but still, it's getting weird, bro. It's getting really weird. It's just like United States, Russia, and China are just dividing the world. You know, they're being like, okay, you take this part, I take this part. It's getting scary, to be honest. So, anyways, I don't think Russia is that big of a country, to be honest. It's just more fluff than anything. So what will happen to everything else in the middle? So the economy, global economy, I don't want to be so negative. I'm always negative. I don't say it's bad. Definitely global economy has been better, but this is not going to help anything. Like economically in the world, definitely this is not going to happen. Like if a war starts, yeah, we're going deep into many bad things, not only like the loss of lives. So yeah. Also, you know, the US, some really scary political, social, racial, violent, cultural stuff going on. Some people say they're already in a civil war. I'm not that big on civil war talk. I think that too much for a country like that. Like so many things have to go wrong, especially in a country like the United States, to enter into a civil war. That I don't think that could happen. The US invades Greenland. Like the gloves, like I said, are off. So anything could happen. I know one person who is definitely just savoring that victory lap, that Ray Dalio, however that guy name is, the financier guy, the CEO guy, he was like, yep, the US will end his reign as an empire over the world. And I know he's just savoring that because he's like, you see, I was right. And whatever. Ray Dalio. But yeah, coming back to the US. Sorry, I'm checking out the heat. Yeah, gotta stop in a second. I'm so sorry, people. So yeah, certainly the US, it's been weird, like I said, a lot of tensions, a lot of violence, ICE going everywhere, kidnapping people, killing people, just military and you know, the National Guard probably being deployed in multiple places where there's civil unrest and social happenings. We're starting to see maybe left, probably they're not left people, but like left-wing people starting to, you know, use their Second Amendment rights to wear arms in the open, and the right that's always been a Second Amendment defender is starting to get annoyed because, you know, trans people or whatever, or black people are using weapons to defend their private property, which is incredibly, you know, expectable from that, because they're definitely not defending the Second Amendment because they really think about your rights and your private property. They're defending it because they want to kill people and they have the right to kill people. It's not about defending yourself. For the conservatives, it's about killing people. It's always been like that. It's always about violence. It's always about abusing power and just killing people. It has nothing to do with your private property or defending your rights with guns. So yeah, getting weird. The US getting weird. Civil war talks, and you know, something's going to happen probably. So what I can say before I end this video, I guess, I don't know, I'm just trying to get quickly because my camera is starting to heat up a lot, bro. Nothing ever happens until it happens. All of this has been making me really anxious. It's not helping with my current health stuff that I've been going on. I'll talk about this in a later video. Remember to subscribe for those videos on my health. And it's just bumming out, you know. Everything is getting bumped out. I'm starting to get, you know, annoyed, and yeah. So yeah.